Welcome to the channel, Rev Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist, Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. You're probably in a relationship and the wheels have fallen off the wagon. You didn't realise at the time there was small red flags that you didn't quite notice. You're realising now that there were signals going out to let you know that the other person was starting to go into the disintegration, degeneration stage of the relationship. That was part of their nature. They never told you about this on their data sheet. This is who I am. All of a sudden you've got flying monkeys, gremlins, and jackals jumping out of the person's family at you. You think that this will pass. You think it's just an initiation type thing that really isn't necessary. You're not the one that's got the habits and hasn't done all the work that they need to do to become what they should be. Suddenly you're struggling with people coming at you from all sides. And your response to this is one of shock, dismay, and you're waving a white flag. And you're presuming that your partner will get some order into this situation. And I'm sure to some degree, usually they do. But what the problem is, the family members know where to push, what the triggers are, how to stand over, how to undermine, and how to beat the authority of the person that you're with. And what you don't want is for these people to estrange each other because of you. And I'm not saying that's what they'll do, but you definitely don't want that to happen, because you're usually in a position where you're trying to work out whether you want the relationship or not yourself. They come to your place, they're welcomed, they're always treated as a normal person. They're not on trial or any bond or anything like that by your family members. The family members trust that you know how to choose somebody and to be able to look after yourself. But in the meantime, the family members of your partner are at war. They're all at war down at their place. And all of a sudden, all your kindness gets chucked out the window and you're a criminal because you've upset one of the family members. You ate their chocolate biscuit that was sitting on the cupboard, or you put 1 teaspoon too many sugars in their tea. You had some of their Milo. Maybe you ate their pancake. But it didn't matter that you were cooking breakfast and stuff like that and making everybody feel inclusive. They interpreted that as a way in which you were trying to infiltrate into the family, like you're desperate. And it just goes on and on and on and on round in circles in this combative chaos that's contrary to anything you've known or seen before. But this isn't new. This is happening all over the place to hundreds of thousands of people. And a lot of people are enabling this behavior because they're not standing up and saying, hang on a minute, this isn't, no, I don't do this. This isn't how I play cricket. And all of a sudden, the train's starting to leave without you. Your ticket's being taken, there's a seat on the train for you, but it's pulling away without you. But that's a mistake, because that's not the train you want to be on. You want to be on the train that's going to be there for you, supporting you, wondering how you're going, what you've been doing, and these people won't do that. They're not interested in you. You're a means of supply, and as soon as your supply runs out, they run out, and that's all there is to it. And if you're wondering what that noise is, guess who it is? There he is, the little dot. He fell in at the bridge the other day. He fell off the board. Oh. Yeah. Welcome to my place. And it's really sad because a lot of these people, you think when you meet them that everything's going to be fine, but ultimately it's not. They've been robbed, cheated, stolen from, they've been cheated on, all before you come along, and they become accustomed to that. So when you come along and the situation's healthy and peaceful and they're being looked after, they don't have any value for that because they can't comprehend it. It's not something that they've experienced before. So when you start to push back and say, look, hey, hang on a minute, this isn't what I signed up for, you wonder why. Why aren't they doing anything about what's going on? Well, the reason why they're not doing anything about what's going on is because that's how they live. That's who they are, and you've got no right to object to that. You've come in as the visitor. Now, they'll come to your place and they'll sit in the peace and the quiet and the harmony and the unison, and of course they're going to enjoy that. But at the same token, they're not able to produce that for you at the other end. You put yourself in a situation, and you can't judge anyone, that you should not have been in. Your energy is different to theirs. Your light relative to their darker, shadowy side. Your light is going to bring a lack of comprehension into the shadows where they dwell. They're not going to want the light on their problems and issues. Not that you're putting it on them, but there's a way in which the spiritual realm works, where if you've got light shining and energy coming from that light, these people are going to shrink back psychologically, and you're going to be a threat. In response to that, they'll start to wonder what is going on here, and when they realize it's the energy coming out of your life and the power coming out of who you are and the work that you've done personally and with God and with the Holy Spirit, this is going to create some demons to start to manifest. The family members are going to try and start to vandalize who you are behind your back in a covert way. They'll be straight into the person that you're with. They're going to try and manipulate that person into keeping you at a safe distance, like a vampire who sees a crucifix. You cannot come into their space because you're upsetting their energy. They think they're running on a high energy level, but it's not. It's dulled. It's just idling. You come in and you're on fire. You have power. And this upsets their view of themselves. It upsets their grandiose view of themselves because it makes them see that they're not grandiose at all. They're living in a slum psychological state, as it were. Your lifestyle, your athletic lifestyle, your ability to produce masculinity has captured the female of the house, but the adult males, or vice versa, whatever the combination is, feel that their masculinity is not at the same standard. The Grandioso gap between them and you is so wide, they are competitive to the point where when you're not there, if you could be a fly on the wall and see what they're doing to this partner of yours, you'd ring the police. They spend their money, they take their supplies, these people feed them and house them, and this goes on for years and years. Some of them murder their parents. In the end, they just get sick of it all and murder their parents. They blame the parents. My daughter's a policewoman, and she arrested a addict. I can't say where because it wouldn't be fair. There's elements of privacy, but it was on the news. He killed his father, bludgeoned him to death. My daughter was on the scene and arrested the man. And I said to her, do you get an award or something for that? No, it's just work. I said, you could have got killed. She goes, yeah. These people, on the surface, they are kind and they don't want to do harm. But your energy will bring out the dark side within them. That's what the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness comprehends it not. It aggravates these people. You have to understand, you're disliked not by way of who you are, but by way of the state these people are in. And you have to understand that this is an unhealthy situation. The poor woman or man that you're with will now be split, trying to manage harmony with the adult children or family members that are complaining about their new situation and partner. They'll be split, trying to keep you happy because you're pushing for some kind of resolve, because now you're outside the family circle, and that just doesn't make sense, given that they come to your place and they're welcomed as one of the family members. And so now you've got this tremendous pressure on this person. And none of it is lining up with the output and input that you're getting from the relationship. You see, a relationship's got to be reciprocal. Yeah, there is an element of understanding and tolerance, waiting for things to work out, but if you're just dealing with hostile family members, right, they don't want you there. They don't want you there. And that's all there is to it. They just don't want you there. And so you're up against it, and so is your partner. And it's at this point you need to decide, should I stay or should I go, for the benefit of both of us? And that's just going to wear you out, and it's going to wear your partner out. The object of a relationship is just to be happy and be cool and be settled and just love each other and rock on. When you've got unresolved like this, sometimes a person can use it as a way out. Sometimes it's just a piece of ammunition for them. If they decide they want out of the relationship, they just use the unresolved to get out. That's how they do it. You've got to be aware of all this. Sometimes the negligence are the red flags. The unresolved is the red flags. And if the person's not willing to fix it, that's a sign to you that the value isn't there. You're just a means of supply. They'll go back to the default. They will go back to the family members. This is Rev Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist, Gosford, Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. Bye for now.